I paid $600 for these tires, making them some of the most affordable tires in today's market. And in today's video, I'm gonna find out if these budget-friendly tires are actually worth it. So let's go over what tire I'm actually talking about. I guess that would be pretty important. These right here are Cooper Discoverer RTXs. I currently have them in a size 265, 75, R16, and I run them on my Toyota Tacoma. I picked these up from a local tire shop that I actually used to work at for $130 for each tire. Plus the installation, I was right over $600. If you're into trucks, if you're into overlanding, off-roading, whatever the case may be, you know that tires are not cheap. My last set was around $1,200, so double the price of these tires. So when I saw these for half the price, I decided, let's give it a shot. So first and foremost, let's talk about the most important thing. The looks. They aren't the prettiest, but they also aren't the ugliest tire on the market. The sidewall's pretty basic, pretty generic, just has all the general information of the tire, the size, the rating, the name, blah 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 blah. The tread pattern is actually pretty nice. It is a all season, so it's not gonna have the all-terrain or the mud terrain performance and look, but I think it's still a nice looking tire. I mainly use my truck for camping, and 75% of the journey is on the highway. Them being pleasant on the highway makes it a lot more enjoyable than hearing a hum the whole way there that you get from your standard all-terrains or mud terrains. And then when it's time to get down and dirty, I've actually had great success with them. Mud, snow, rain. I wouldn't call them mud boggers by any means, but they get the job done. On-road performance, they are absolutely great. Out of a 10, I definitely give them an 8. Now at low speeds, they're a 10. At high speeds though, that's where this video takes a turn for the worst. I'll give them a 4. I'll touch on why I gave it a 4 out of 10 in a little bit. Make sure to stay tuned. Let's talk about the rain though. I live here in the beautiful state of Virginia, and the weather is always changing. It was supposed to be nice and sunny out today, and there is snow on my truck. So these are really being put up to the test. So in the rain, they did absolutely amazing. I've had a lot of the big name tires. I've had some General Grabbers. I've had some Falcon Wild Peaks. And out of all of them, I think these have been the best in the rain. What about snow? How do they do in the snow? Well, I actually don't know. I don't know yet. I don't see them being as good as the General Grabbers or even the Falcon Wild Peaks. At this point, that's just my opinion. I don't know yet, but I think they aren't going to be that great. What we have had in Virginia is a lot of ice, and these handle ice better than my Falcon Wild Peaks have. And last but not least, mud. How do they do in the mud? Now, they get you where you need to go, but they don't do it great. They'll have you puckered up for most of the trip. I wouldn't recommend going far. I'll give them a 6 out of 10. All in all, they've been pretty good tires. I'm happy with them. I trust them. I enjoy them until I get on the highway. I've had these tires for around 6 months now, and they were amazing, and they would be 10 out of 10 on my book, but I think I got screwed. So I'm not entirely sure what happened, but they were absolutely great the first 5,000 miles. Then came the first tire rotation. I had the Toyota dealership do the tire rotation, and after that tire rotation, I had a trip to go camping. On my trip there was a lot of highway, a lot of times where I had to be going 70 miles an hour. So getting up to speed at around 50 miles an hour, it was a-okay. Then I started to hit 60, getting closer to 70, and the steering wheel began to vibrate very, very, very bad. I kept driving. I finished the trip, but then I realized, did some research online, asked some YouTube mechanics. Turns out the tires needed to be rebalanced. After they rebalanced the tires, they balanced them wrong, so I had to take it back. Then just yesterday again, I took it back for them to be rebalanced. I asked the gentleman, I was like, hey, were they out of balance when I brought them to you? He laughed and said yes. I didn't think it was that funny. Then he said, let me know if it continues to vibrate. So we're about to find out right now. We are going to get on to 66, and we're gonna try to get up to 60 miles an hour, see how that goes. And hopefully, just hopefully, my steering wheel is not shaking, because I have some camping trips that I wanna go on, and this will only delay the process. So I'm at around 55 miles an hour, and already it's not vibrating. 65 miles an hour, and we are cruising. It is shaking a little bit, but not too bad. I think you guys can see. I think you guys should be able to see even when I'm holding it. And for me, the inconvenience of going to this location, sitting there waiting an hour or two, just isn't worth it for me. So I will either just buy new tires or live with it for a while. So all in all, are the tires worth it? Yes, I did a lot of research before I purchased them and I didn't see anybody else have that issue. So for that reason, and that reason only of not seeing anybody else have any issues of balancing, I'm gonna chalk it up to I got unlucky. And the shop, I'm assuming, is going to offer just to replace them in their entirety, and I will continue to run these tires. And at $130, $600 in total, you really can't go wrong. Definitely stay tuned, because I change my mind quite frequently, and maybe tomorrow I will have 35s on here. Probably not, but you know what I'm saying. I really want to wear these tires out. They have a 50,000 mile rating, and hopefully I can get 50,000 miles out of them, and we'll see how it goes.